everybody, Sam's Trains here. Welcome back to the railway and welcome to yet another locomotive review. Today we're going to be looking at possibly the nicest locomotive I have ever bought. It really is absolutely stunning, and it's this, the Hornby King Class with TTS sound. Now very quickly I'll tell you the story about this. I bought this quite a few months ago, just after Christmas in fact, and when it came I took it out the box and tested it on the track. And since then I haven't run it, I haven't even really looked at it, so that this review, when I got round to doing it, would be as fresh as possible. So I don't really remember a lot about it, other than the fact that when I first got this out it totally blew me away. I was absolutely over the moon with it, super impressed. It cost me £113, which is quite a bit on the expensive side, but it does have the DCC sound and it is absolutely massively detailed. So when you think that the A4, say Gadwell, was only £100, to say I only paid £13 more for all the detail you get with this, it really isn't too bad, is it? Okay, well I'm itching to get this out. I'm sorry that I haven't reviewed this sooner. I sort of forgot about it. I mean, that was the idea, but then I literally did forget about it. So here it is then, King George I. Let me show you the end of the box very quickly. This is R3384TTS BR Late King Class King George I, number 6006 with sound. And I notice I'm going very, very fast because I'm so looking forward to getting this out again. And hearing it play some sounds as well, because I don't think I tried the sound, so we've got that to look forward to together. Okay, the back of the box then, you can see that this is classified as an 8P King Class, so that's quite high for a start, isn't it, for a 460. And you've got some information there, not too much because a lot of it is taken up with the TTS sound guff, but please feel free to read that, well, pause it and read it if you like. And then on the far side you have some diagrams drawn of the real thing, dated 2014, which presumably were used to make this model. Anyway then, let's not put it off any longer. It's been several months, so let's get it out, shall we? The Hornby King Class. And there it is. Wow. Oh, it's amazing. It really, just through the packaging, it's amazing. But we need to get it out. Oh, it's a bit stiff. Oh, it's teasing me now. Okay, we've got an avalanche of paperwork, so very quickly I'll show you what this is. So you've got the King Class operating and maintenance instructions, and inside here, yeah, it's just the same stuff as usual. So a little bit of maintenance, a bit of how to fit the detailing. Yep, all the usual stuff. Very useful if you need it. And then of course you've got the King Class sound decoder manual, and the only thing of interest really is this, the list of sounds. So yep, you can see some of the different sounds it's got on here, and we'll be playing some of those later on anyway, so you'll hear those. Okay, let's get this sleeve off then. Oh, I love doing this. Favourite part of this, taking that sleeve off. Okay, I'm really sad, I know. Okay, here we are. Here's the detail pack. Right, what do we got in here? Okay, well I can see some etched number plates there, no etched nameplates strangely. There's some pipe work in there, a spare coupling, well the coupling for the front, and you've also got vacuum pipes, brake rigging for the tender and for the loco. So plenty of detail there if you wanted to fit it. I've still not been tempted to ever do that myself, but you could do if you wanted. Okay, let's get this out then, out of its airtight packaging it seems. And there it is, wow. Okay, I'm going to try and grab this. You know it's a good loco when you get nervous about taking it out. Okay, let me try and show it you properly. Okay, here it is. Gosh, it's very heavy. The tender isn't very heavy, but blimey. Look at that. Isn't that just incredible? The size of it as well. I mean, I don't know if the camera really puts across the size of it, but it is absolutely gigantic. It really is the king of 460s, I'm sorry. Just look at that. Absolutely incredible. Wow. Blown away again, definitely, for the second time by this loco. Okay, well I'm going to review this in a second, but first of all, if you can bear it, here is a little bit of history on the class. Introduced to the Great Western Railway in 1927, the Kings were designed by Charles Collett, and they were a development of the Castle class, which itself was a development of Churchward's Star. He intended for them to be the Super Castle, and subsequently they actually became the largest and most powerful 460 locomotive ever to run within the United Kingdom. Most of the class survived until the BR era, where they continued to be used as express passenger locomotives until they were eventually withdrawn in 1962. Of the 31 that were produced, only 3 were preserved, and this example was built in 1928 and was cut up in 1962, sadly, after 34 years of service. Okay, there she is then up against the white background, King George I, and I've got to be honest, the detail isn't great on this. The detail, in fact, is absolutely extreme. I have honestly never seen anything like this before, and put it this way, I didn't even realise it was possible to get so much detail on this. It's blown me away entirely. It's better than anything I've ever seen before, better than anything Bachmann could make, and for £113 I really cannot imagine how this could be any better. So yeah, Hornby, make your models expensive, but make them like this please, because this is absolutely incredible. Okay, well, let's have a look at some of it then. There is much too much to show individually, but let's get to it. Let's look at the livery then. Everything is perfectly applied, it's so crisp. Look at the lining, you've got the Great Western banding here, well, BR green I suppose, Brunswick green banding with the orange and black, and everything is lined. Look, the wheel arches, absolutely faultlessly lined. You can see the King George nameplate there, very nicely done. The cylinders, they have the very, very nicely applied lining on them too. And just look at the side of the cab. You've got the running number beautifully applied, even though they sent us etched nameplates. You've got the banding on the side of the cab. You've got the gold lining on the windows, which are glazed. And the front-facing windows are glazed as well, and they have what look like little windscreen wipers or something separately fitted onto them there. Absolutely incredible. Even the front bogie has some painting on it. Look, there's a little bit of gold work there on the axle box, but just look at the detail around that front bogie. Just absolutely immense, isn't it? Absolutely immense. The smoke box door has a separately fitted dart and the running number and the shed code applied there. The buffer beams are beautifully detailed with sprung buffers, as you can see. Yep, they are sprung. And you have lamp irons fitted onto there, and you can see the additional 2 cylinders there. Just you can see them moulded onto the front there. So yes, it's a 4-cylinder locomotive. The chimney is separately painted into a copper colour, which is correct, and of course the safety valves disguised inside this domey sort of thing are also separately painted. The whistles are there. I think they might be plastic, but they're very nicely painted nonetheless. And now then, let's have a look at some of the separately fitted detail. So first of all, the reverser rod is metal, and it's clearly metal because it's got that shine to it, so that is a good quality touch. You've got pipe, when you look at the pipework, there's pipework which goes along the bottom of the running board. It looks so fragile, but it's still on there. And I've not managed to break it off, which is good news. You've got this device here, I'm not 100% sure what that is, but look at those individual pipes coming off it. I just thought that was a piece that had been painted, but no, they are individual pipes, which are gold coloured. Absolutely incredible. Just look, there's tiny little bits that you would never notice on the front of this splasher. Look, a little plastic part there. Underneath the smoke box and underneath the boiler, you can see all the valve system for the internal valves there. Absolutely ridiculous in terms of detail. It really, really is. Just everywhere you look. Look behind the steps, behind the steps. When are you going to see behind the steps? There's all that pipe work. It just blows the mind. It really, really does. Look, inside the cab, everything is painted. The chairs have the painting on them. All the gauges are fully detailed. Just what more could they have done to detail this? I really, really don't know. It looks like they've taken a full-size King Class and just scaled it down to 00 size. It is that good. It really, really is. Okay, let's have a look at the tender then. As you can see, the livery is just as beautiful. The lining is faultlessly applied. It's not clumsy at all. And the coal is super fine scale, although it is removable, but it just looks like real coal. It really, really does. Even the buffers on the front of the tender, look, are metal. I don't know if they're sprung, probably not. I'd like to try and see if they are, but I doubt it. And on the back of the tender you have yet more lamp irons, sprung buffers, and a separately fitted vacuum pipe. Blimey, can you believe it? Oh, I forgot to mention as well, look, on top of the cab, yes, there are air intakes which do actually open. I mean, just incredible. Absolutely unbelievable. I just can't believe it. I'm gobsmacked. And it's a bit bad that I'm gobsmacked because I shouldn't really get lost for words in a review, you know, where I'm supposed to be trying to be professional or whatever. But yeah, I really can't imagine a way for this logo to have been better in terms of detail. I've never had an E-rated detail before for extreme, but this has to get 10 out of 10 on the detail. Okay, well, let's go and see how she runs then, because this better be good, you know, if the detail is this good. Okay, let's give it a try. So there she is then, the absolutely astonishing Hornby King Class, and she's down onto the track, Railmaster's on, and I'm going to be controlling her through my iPad today, so I think the first thing we'll do is test the sound, so let me turn that on. There we go, we've got it. Okay, let's hear some of the whistles then. Let me try whistle long. There we go, that sounded very good. Whistle 2, what's that? Alright, whistle 2 bursts. Alright, so quite a nice range of whistles then. Right, let's try her performance then. I'll try and get her to do a nice slow speed. Let's set it to 2 miles an hour, see if it'll do anything. Okay, I'll try and get it to go a little bit slower than that, see if I can. Seems that's as slow as I can get her to go, but as you can see, she is perfectly smooth. And I must say as well, the sound volume is perfectly adjusted so that it really isn't too loud. Right, let's go forwards again. Let's have a medium whistle this time. Oh man, it sounds incredible, it really does. Anyway, she's about to be coupling up to these Great Western coaches, and there's quite a lot there, 7 of those, which is lovely. And then on the middle line I have another King Class. This new one puts it to shame though, but this is slightly older. It's the King George VI, I think, yep. She's got some Pullman coaches. And then on the inner line, yet another Great Western 460. This is the Star Class, that's it, British Monarch, and she has some Smith's wagons. And elsewhere on the line, see if you can spot some of the other Great Western 460s that I've got hiding, except there is an odd one out, so see if you can figure out which that one is. Anyway, let's get this beautiful King to go and couple to some coaches then, shall we? Whenever you're ready, Loco. It's quite a good slow speed, that. I managed to get that to a little bit lower speed. Okay, a bit quicker then. Let's go and couple to the coaches. Okay, nice and steadily does it, but she's not in shot, so I'm going to keep her going. I'm going to make sure she's coupled as well. Oops. Well done, I managed to derail the tender. Alright, give me a sec. Alright, I think we're good there, just about. Nope, we're not. Bear with me, I've managed to derail the coach now. Yep, still not on. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, is she in the shot? Yes, just about. So forward she goes then. I'm going to give her more of an express speed this time. And let's give her some wheel slip as well. I'll do that. There we go. Lovely. Okay, let's get the other King Class running then. Okay, here she goes then, with her Pullman coaches of course. Try and do a nice steady start so you can see how good she is. Yep, that's very impressive, isn't it? Okay, off she goes then, a bit more speed there. And finally then, the Star Class. Here she goes. Here we go. Oh yes, what a beautiful loco. Okay, enjoy the running session then, and good luck with the train spotting. Wow. Isn't that something? And it really is such a good runner, and quiet as well. Obviously not so much with the TTS on, but when you switch it off, a very good quiet runner. And I don't think it has one of those horrid cheap motors that some of the TTS locos have. So that's a very good sign. And there's the other King Class. A very good runner of course, but it doesn't have, you know, a fraction of the detail that the new one does. So lovely colour. And lovely from a distance, but King George I steals the show up close. Anyway, it looks as though my first impressions were correct. I am absolutely gobsmacked by this. It really is one of the best engines I've ever seen in 00 gauge, and I say that seriously. And now for my ratings then on the incredible Hornby King Class. Detail, 10 out of 10, can't fault it. I have never seen anything better, so I can't give it any less than a 10. Performance, 10 out of 10. The sound is fantastic. She runs beautifully. She's extremely powerful. 10 out of 10. Character, 10 out of 10. I mean, it just looks like the real thing, and I love the real thing. So, yeah, 10 out of 10. Build quality, 10 out of 10. I was very concerned about all those tiny little bits, but I've handled the Loco all day, and I've not had a single problem, so hats off to Hornby for that. 10 out of 10. Value for £113, as I said, 10 out of 10. I was astounded by the Loco when it came for that amount of money, so can't beat it there. So overall, 10 out of 10, absolutely incredible. If I put her into the ranking, you can see, of course, she is first, beating everything that's been before her. Now, what happens if something comes along that's better? Well, I'd be happy to give a 10 plus rating on the detail if that ever happens, but I doubt it. Absolutely astonishing. Such a good runner. And a really good puller as well, as you can see. Look at all those coaches. No hesitation whatsoever up on the slight hill. Just absolutely faultless. And here comes the star class as well, just underneath. Hang on, there she is. She's a beauty as well. But not quite so much that she steals the show, unfortunately. What a beautiful train as well. Oh, don't you love seeing some Great Western coaches? I do. Yep, definitely love that. Well, I've thoroughly enjoyed doing this tonight. I've thoroughly enjoyed every aspect of it, actually. From seeing all of the beautiful 460s out on the line, and of course the star of the show was the beautiful Hornby King Class. Absolutely bowled over by it, and I hope you were as well. Yes, we do appreciate the finer things, don't we? And this is probably the finest of all of them. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed seeing her. If you did, please feel free to leave the video a like or even a comment, and it really does help the channel out when you leave those likes, because there are a lot of troubles on YouTube at the moment, and I'm trying my best to get through them, so if you guys could help me out, that would be fantastic. But for now, thank you very much for watching. I better show you the Wall of Fame. Now, I do have a few pictures that are still yet to go up there, so if you can't see yours yet, don't worry. But keep them coming in. You can send those to samstrains@outlook.com. Just send photos and I'll put them up for you. And don't forget also, if you want to, you can check out the Facebook and Twitter pages, which are at facebook.com/samstrains or twitter.com/samstrains. But for now, folks, once again, thank you for your company. I do love the fact that you all keep coming back here, and it really does mean a lot. So thank you once again, and I'll see you all very soon. Cheers everybody, see you next time.